Check out this anime from the famous reverse isekai where a beautiful elf ends up in Japan, and our dear protagonist Kasoriro wants to help her in this new journey. The funny thing is, it was all just a dream. So drop a like because this anime here is really cool, I guarantee. Trust me. So let's get into the video. It starts with the protagonist saying that people in general keep at least one secret. Some feel supernatural things, some make drawings that seem alive. There are people who are beautiful and clumsy, and those who eat nuking Gordon. People who aren't that attractive, but have the charm to win others over. He also has something mysterious in his life. At a regular Japanese company, Kasoriro is invited to a work party but politely declines and heads home. His co-workers are even used to seeing him leave as soon as it's time. He's not much of a socializer. When he gets home, even if it means missing promotions at work, he prefers to leave early. He's just an ordinary salaryman. He always cooks a bento, though it's not a hobby, and places it next to a bottle of tea, his bedside. His reason for living is going to bed early, and the reason he prepared the bento will be shown now. And it's only 7:30 p.m. Dude's already an old man. He starts drifting into the sea of imagination. He's always loved fantasy worlds since childhood. A place with monsters casting spells, swords, and shields is just awesome. He's read and reread these kinds of stories so much that the books got worn out. Then one day, he started having dreams about this world. He wakes up to birds chirping early in the morning. In these dreams, he's in the fantasy world, and it's 7 a.m. Even though he's an adult, in his dreams, he really enjoys the adventures he has. He even tries to defeat monsters but always loses and ends up waking up in the real world in the middle of the night. The good part is he gets to see a breathtakingly beautiful landscape. Ah, the good life. So Kitas washes his face in the river and notice she ages very slowly in this world. Then a colorful friend of his arrives named Maria Bell, or to make it easier, Marie, a 100-year-old elf who's aged well. She's been pretty busy since joining the Mages Guild, so they don't see each other much. Maria says that since he keeps sleeping in the wild, he looks more like an elf than she does. Kasoriro, that's what he's called here. She messed up his name when they first met in the Dream as kids. He invites Mari to explore the ruins together. Mari gets all shy and asks if human girls like that sort of thing. He says it depends on the person, but Marie gets the bonus of sharing Kasoriro's bento if she comes along. Being a total tsundere, she agrees, mostly for the food. Since it's close, it must be the ruins of Nazu-Nazu, an underground city that vanished suddenly 1,000 years ago. Yet, there's no sign of battle in the ruins, so the leading theory is that the destruction was caused by an unknown disease. But would a city with such advanced magic really disappear over something so small? Kasoriro reveals, this place is one of the 7 unsolved mysteries of the region. Maria asks if he's crazy enough to solve the riddle. He says he'll at least try. Nothing's guaranteed, but it'll be fun since Marie's with him. The elf gets flustered and starts pinching his cheeks to wipe that blank look off his face. With that, they enter the ruins, and Marios's magic to light the place up with cute little suns. They notice how massive the space is. The engineering is incredibly well done for structures to last this long and stay so well preserved. Since he was born in a country full of earthquakes, it's rare to see something like this. Maria gets curious about a place with so many quakes. They find a spot that looks like a restaurant table for lunch. Maria rushes over, excited for the feast. She opens the bento and is amazed at what she sees. And so am I, even though I don't know what's in there. The smell alone is divine to Maria. When she eats, the sweet flavor confirms it, and she washes it down with some quick brewed tea. The dish is kaledonigiri, and the colder it is, the stronger the taste. There's also the tik zen, made by Kiru with spring veggies, so it's super nutritious. Mari's never seen anything this exotic, and Kiru says it's because he's from Japan, a place far away that isn't on any map, a distant island. You can also tell someone's watching them. Kasoriro says he'll always invite Marie to eat when she's free, of course, but she says she's been busy studying magic. Still, she'll join him sometimes, and so they continue on their way. Until they're surprised by a lizard man with a bow. They hide, but the protag runs over, and just when it seems like he'll attack, he greets the guy. They've been friends for a while, and the lizard man's jealous, Kaso Riho's with a pretty elf. But he thinks Marie's just after his bento. That's, the truth. The two talk in the monster's language, and with Marie, Kaso Riro uses Elvish. Dude's a polyglot of the isekai. Maria 7 surprised. After 3 years of fighting monsters, Kaso Riro learned their tongue. The lizard man friend says a dragon sleeps deep in the ruins during egg-laying season, so they should be careful. He's curious about what dragon eggs look like, but Maria says that's way too dangerous. Dragons are unpredictable and deadly when nesting, but the guy doesn't care, doesn't even listen. The two reach a dark part of the city and spot a purple light below. Maria tells him to stay quiet and gives him night vision. Now Kaso Riro can see the huge sleeping dragon. The loud noise is it's snoring. It's dark-colored, and the place is overflowing with mana. Might be an archdragon. That's why the marks on their bodies glow. They generate mana just by breathing. Crazy stuff. But the kids only focused on Marie's airbags, and the dragons waking up from their noise. Marie warns that seeing one of these is a once-in-a-thousand-years thing during nesting. Kaso Riro says in the worst case, they can just leave the way they came. But then, boom, the exit gate slams shut. Now they're trapped. The dragon rises, and, with its terrifying gaze, the two realize they're totally screwed. The archdragon rears up and blasts them with a fiery breath. Just another normal day in Kazuhiro's dream. Now he'll wake up and everything's fine. He just wishes he'd seen the dragon eggs. Waking up in the real world, he says, this is the only mysterious thing about him. A regular salary man. In his dreams, he has fun and eats his bento. He wanted to stay longer, wanted way more time with Marie. Then, he notices something in his bed. It's the elf herself, sleeping beside him. He freaks out and falls off. That day, the wildest thing ever happened. To him. This is next-level weirdness. Definition updated. He stayed on the floor till dawn. Then Marie wakes up, totally naked, and notices he looks way older than usual. Thought he was the kid's dad. But nope. Kaso Riro explains everything later, but first asks if she's hurt from the dragon's attack. Marie looks down, sees she's bare, and screams, covering herself with a blanket. Kaso Riro, being respectful, didn't lay a finger on her, just backed off. Marie's unhurt Buthus, no clue what happened. He tries to explain, but she tells him to do it without looking. So on his day off, he goes to a women's lingerie store to buy a bra for Mari, and wonders if the girl from his dreams is real. Maybe that fantasy world was always real, not a dream. The shop ladies side-eye him. Weird seeing a guy alone buying bras. Must be a creep. He leaves with a bunch. Back home, Marie's on the balcony, marveling at the modern city, thinking he must be rich to have this view. She finds the city so alive, so different. Looking down, her legs shake with excitement and she spins like a kid with a new toy. She spots the tower and thinks it's Anarch Mage's lair, but Kaso Riro says it's just the sky tree. The view's great, especially during cherry blossom season. Marie doesn't get it, so he offers to show her around town since he's free. They can even eat out. Overjoyed, she hugs him, embarrassing him in public. She only realizes later and freezes up. Marie gets dressed while Kaso Riro thinks the dragon's fire breath must have dragged her to his world. Marie appears, cute as a schoolgirl, basic for Japanese folks, right? Bunch of weirdos. She loves the outfit, light and stretchy. He had no idea what to buy, so he's glad she likes it. Though she'd look good in anything, which makes her giddy for more compliments. Now she notices even older, he's got the same sleepy face. Time for the tour, but first, a hat to hide her elf ears so no one stares. She hates it but complies. He explains elves don't exist here, so better safe. The hat's a fashion crime, but she's too hyped to care. Terrified of cars though, Kaso Riro drives so slow even a granny on a bike passes them. At the restaurant, Marie's amazed while Kaso Riro orders. Since she doesn't speak Japanese, she keeps asking him stuff. They relax, waiting for food. She asks how she ended up in Japan. After the dragon attack, her memory's blank. He doesn't know all the details, but Triesto explains simply. He asks if she's ever dreamed of being somewhere else. She says yes, so he says. That's what happens to him. But this time, she woke up beside him. So that world's real, not a dream. When he sleeps, Kasoriro gets sent to another dimension. And it's not just sleeping. Every time monsters defeat him, he gets sent back. Hugging Marie during the dragon's breath must have brought her to Japan. She worries she died, but nah. This happens to Kasoriro all the time, and he's fine. Maybe if she sleeps, she'll return. Marie relaxes. Kasoriro says his age in the fantasy world and Japan's different. Maybe only time spent there counts. He's 25 now, shocking Marie. Explains why he seemed so responsible despite looking young. Food arrives, and Marie nearly jumps for joy at the feast. They eat happily, like a couple. He urges her to try salmon. She hesitates but loves it instantly. Next, cherry blossoms. To Marie, they're beautiful spirits. A breathtaking sight. He says they're a special symbol in Japan, so she should enjoy this season. Her official welcome. Marie's happy, Kazuhiro's flustered by her gaze. They leave hand in hand, taking their first step into this new story. Dude, this anime's fun. Hope the romance blooms cause love's in the air. Bet you liked it, so smash that like. If not, do it now. Comment if you want more, and subscribe to get a cute elf in your bed. When you wake up, turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for the support. Catch you later.